Okay, welcome back. We're going to mix safety and slumber a little bit more today. Today we're going to concentrate on the rhythm guitar section. Now, I've got some feedback that the snares were in the wrong position. So what I've done off camera is I've gone back to the original project, and I've listened to where the snare hits are, and what I found was wrong was this audio file here that was a snare hit. Warp mode was on. Now it's on again now, but that's okay because I've got the tempo at the right speed now. It was at a different speed, so all of these snare hits were in the wrong spot. So essentially what we've got is you've got my superior drummer snares hitting now at the same time as the original snare hits were hitting. So this original snare hits has some nice little ghost notes in it. So what I've done is, essentially now this is turned into a layer. And so if we listen to just the drum bass, now what I can do is, if I just select both of these and bring the volume of them down, I'm just going to blend them together until I like the tone that's coming out of them. And this snare here needs to come up. Okay, so I like that now. So let's scrap that and let's start with the rhythm guitars. This is where I want to start with. This is going to throw up a couple of challenges. One of the challenges I found is here where these little runs happen. I'm going to play that to you now. What I want you to listen to is just where all of these guitars stop and this guitar run starts. You'll hear at the beginning there's just a little bit of a gap and it sounds a little disjointed. So let's have a listen. I'll just make sure I've got the rhythm guitars soloed. And also when the guitars come back in, there seems to be a little bit of a click. Now, I've got a couple of methods that I could use to fix that, but what I think I might do is I'm going to listen to this top rhythm guitar. Both of these are essentially the same, and they're panned left and right. They're different takes. Okay, I think this one here is the one that's really low in sound. Whoops. So what I want to do is I want to make that ending, I want to extend that ending a little bit and fade it out a bit nicer. So what I'll do is I'll duplicate this track. Duplicate. So now I have a copy, and I'm just going to, probably just from about here, it doesn't really matter where, till about here, I'm just going to click those, and I think there's another one here. So I'll do the same thing here for a bit later on. That one. And that one. So I'm just going to delete everything else. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one and reverse the clip, like so. I'm also going to change the panning now so this is centered, and I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to show my fades. Just fade in a little bit, bring it back a tad, and fade it out. Lift the volume quite a bit. So now I'm just going to listen to the way that these two interact. It should now sound like this whole guitar section just finishes a little bit later. It's a little bit disjointed. Let's just try extend it maybe just a little bit more. Just needs to come down a bit. Let's just hear how that sounds. I'm not overly confident, but let's have a listen. Okay, we're close. We're close. We've got the right idea, I think. Maybe I might even do it with this one as well, just for a trial and error, and then I'll say I won't worry about the second one just yet. I'll just concentrate on getting this first one right. So I want to do the same thing and reverse it. This time I'll just put this one back to left, 50 left. Just a little bit more out. Show fades. Drag down. It's pretty good. I know it sounds a bit wonky, but it sounds better than it was. Let's listen. Getting close now. Let's bring this fade up. Yeah, that's the one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these. I'm alt dragging these, and I'm just going to bring them over here. Just my fades. And now what I might do is I might split this, split these two at the top, so that one and that one. I'll split them and I'll show fades, and I'm just gonna drag that one back. Just gonna do it like so. Show face. No, wrong button. I do know all of these keyboard shortcuts, so I'm just doing this so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So, show fades. Bring it in. Listen. I think these ones here also, there's a little bit of a click noise. I'm being a little bit pedantic, probably don't have to worry about it so much, but I just feel like it could be just a little bit smoother. Just going to fade them in like so. Let's listen to it in context. To me, that sounds a lot better. Still not overly happy with this section, but definitely happy with that section. I just want to get a bit more of a roll in. Okay, what I might do is let's get a bit of EQ and let's get a bit of compression. Just going to start it from here. I'm just going to start it from here. I'm just going to do a little bit of EQ, so I'm just going to high pass. So I'll do a 4-pole. Can be a little bit aggressive with guitars. I'm also going to drag down the highs. The vocal sits around 1-2,000, so I'm going to just dip a little bit there, just so the vocals can fit through. I've got another little trick that I might try in a second to help the vocals cut through the mix. Alright, I'm going to compress the hell out of it. Let's go 4:1. OCD 4:1. I want a little bit of a transient to come through if it needs to be, but the rest of it I want a reasonably smooth guitar. Just don't like the way that they come in, you know, they come in so quickly, so harsh. Someone else's, this one. Yeah, this sounds a lot better. Probably even a bit shorter. Now that I've compressed them, these runs might sound a lot better. Let's have a listen. I think I might even just bring the volume of these runs up to bring them up to level. Let's have a listen. Oh, I think that sounds so much better. And just to reiterate what I've done, let's just turn these two off and just listen to what it was and what it is now. Alright, so we want to do the same thing here. What I can probably do is, because that they are exactly the same thing, I'm just going to drag these across like so. Same with these. Drag these across like so. Okay. Again, this is a bit of a common theme. What's happened is, and this might be just something that happened when I brought in everything, is that all the transitions between the guitars and the silent parts are really harsh. So I'm just going to show my fades, and I'm just going to drag the fades out just a little bit, just so it's not so jarring. Okay. So I'm quite happy with that. I think that's the rhythm guitar's done. Now what I want to do is blend it in so that it works well with the music. And I really want to hear those runs in context, so let's have a go. Alright, another thing I'm hearing is I've hard panned these left and right, but as you can see at the beginning, this guitar is only on the left, and this guitar here, which I had panned fully right, comes in after the runs. So really what I need to do is, in this section here, automate it so our panning from here back is one. Just delete those. So that our panning from here back is it right in the middle. Now if I use the Option key, you get fine control over this, so that's how I got that to the centre. So let's listen to it from here and make sure that now that I've changed the panning, that when the main guitar comes in, it's not too jarring. And I think that works well. I think I'm pretty much done with the rhythm guitars. Right, let's work on this clean guitar section. It's kind of like a little ambience, and what's nice about it has a little bit of white noise kind of airiness behind it. I think there's a little bit of an earth issue. It definitely sounds like there's an earth problem there. Might just be, I'm using different headphones today. I lost one of my jacks for my headphones, so I'm using some pretty junky ones. Maybe it doesn't matter. I could go and restore these files if I was so inclined. Alright, let's compress the hell out of them, get them to an even surface, and let's EQ. If you start to see a theme behind this, EQ and compression is your two main tools when mixing. Everything else is kind of like icing on the cake. You get your compression and your EQ right, and you're in good stead. So these are really, I noticed these are really high registered guitars. So if I listen to this, and I'm going to check out, see what's happening down this low end, I'm going to be pretty brutal with this one. Look at all that low end information, just unnecessary. So that buzzing is really annoying me. I think it's an earth issue with the guitar. Alright, let's compress the hell out of it. Oh, you can hear that the compression has really brought that out. Alright, I've never used this tool before, so let's just see how it works. I've got to remember what one it is. I have the Mercury Waves bundle, so in here there's I might even look it up. Normally I would use Isotope RX for this, but restoration bundles. Right, so there's X hum and X noise. So let's try those. So I'll start with X. Let's go down the X section. Right. X noise. There we go. This might bring in a whole heap of latency here, but let's have a listen. Wow, really? This is probably the wrong one. Probably what I want is X hum. The problem I have is there's no blank area of guitaring that has that hum that I can just take a noise profile. look at that. It's done already. Well, isn't that amazing? I mean, if that's not an advertisement to go get this RX, I don't know what else. We lost a little bit of clarity. We can bring that back in. Oh, that's just amazing. Right, let's hear it with that. I mean, you can hear I've lost a little bit of clarity. What I might need to do is put a little bit. Alright, and let's try bring a little bit of that clarity back after the fact. Let's bring in EQ8. Just going to group these together so I can bypass them. I'm torn because it's definitely making a difference, but we're losing so much really helpful sound. And I don't have a section of guitar that has that noise profile, that buzzing just on its own. There's always a bit of guitar with it. So I think it's something we're just going to have to live with. And probably the best way to live with it is just to get rid of the compression. In context, you may not hear it. It's really going to bug me. I think what I might do is I might go back onto the forums and just ask if he can just plug his guitar in and see if he can replicate that noise so that I can get a little bit of a noise profile so that I can really get rid of it, really dial it in with RX and really just remove it altogether without losing any of the clarity of the guitars. So I'm just going to compress it as normal for now. And we're just going to continue on that. I just want to listen to the transitions just to make sure that they're not too jarring. It's really, really subtle guitaring. Alright, there's something a bit skewy there. Let's have a listen. Alright, I'm going to leave the clean guitars. What I'm hearing there, what's crying out for is a nice massive delay that just comes into that whole section, but I only want the delay to come in right at the last minute. Right, so I'm going to do it on the lead guitar. Let's just do our normal processing first on the lead guitar and then we'll come back to that. So I'm just going to, from here, just going to loop this section. Alright, we want EQ, compression. That one's not going to the group, isn't that weird? Let's put it onto the group. quite a little bit of low end information there that's unnecessary. I just want to hear if there's any vocals in this lead section. That's cool. So it's a little bit, but not much. So I'm just going to boost around 1K. Just the lead guitar is actually taking place of the vocals in this example. Such a good solo. Oops. Let's turn the loop brace off, we don't need that now. And we'll start from here. Let's grab a simple delay. Actually, yeah, I'll just do a simple delay. We want to automate the on off on the simple delay. We just want it to come on at the last minute. But also, with this delay, I kind of want it to be kind of lo-fi, so let's just see what we can do. See what it sounds like this for now. Need a lot more feedback. Go to sleep. What else am I hearing? I'm hearing a bit of a just there. There's kind of like a little bit of a gap, isn't there? The waveform doesn't show there's a gap. How could that be? Maybe it's the delay coming in that's doing that. It is, okay. What's another way that we could do this? Another way we could do this is with another return. In fact, what's this delay doing? No, we'll duplicate this delay, or we'll just insert another one. Insert return track. I'm going to call this one guitar delay. But this is actually probably a better way of doing it, because what I want to do here, I'm bring in a simple delay, bring the feedback up, put them on 3, full dry wet, and this time I'm going to bring in an EQ8. I'm going to get the old I can't remember what it was, cheesy speaker preset. Now what I'm going to do is in the lead guitar, I want to automate this now. So show automation in new lane. I'm going to, from about here, bring this right up. Let's have a listen to that. Alright, let's work on this now. Drag this back. Yeah. Let's try it with the cheesy speaker. It's just a little bit loud. I'll bring the gain down a bit. Listen to that in context. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Okay, I think it's sounding pretty good. Now I think it's a good opportunity to just to compare what we've got to some of our reference tracks, just to make sure we're on the right track. Okay, probably our snare's a bit loud. No, I still think I'm on the right ball game. Let's bring the lead guitars down. Okay, I think we're in good stead. There's not a lot that needs to be done in regards to the lead guitar. Let's bring the intro down to the bottom and the synths, and let's work on those for a little bit. I think we're getting pretty close. Let's have a listen to the intro. So compressed. It's actually so compressed that it's pumping. I don't really want to compress it anymore, but at the same time I want to even it out. So I'm going to give it a crack. Now this is the only section in the song where I'm not going to do a high pass because there's no other bass information in this section of the song. This is actually taking the part of the bass guitar, so I'm going to try compress it. I'm not happy with this section. Now that I can hear that buzzing in those rhythm guitars, it's really obvious. I'm going to compare it with the original mix, just see if we're in the right ball game. Kind of want to make the vocals in this area probably a little bit more, for lack of a better word, swirly. what I'm thinking is, after each phrase, I might have a delay come in and just extend the vocal out through those gaps. Let's have a listen. I wonder if I could just use maybe even just the guitar delay. Might even just bring it up. Now there's a synth section, let's work on this one. Oh, let's get this volume up. Sharing a lot of the same frequencies that the vocal is, so let's compress and EQ, our two favourite tools. Oops, got the loop brace on. It's a horrible sounding synth, isn't it? kind of layers in nicely with the lead guitar section. Now, for some reason my riser hasn't come past, so what I'll do... Okay, so I just brought in the riser, I've brought it up to level. Let's have a listen, just to the synth section where the riser comes in. Alright, it's really loud. Listen to it in context. Okay, I think I'm going to use the guitar delay on this. I think I want that riser to come in a bit earlier. Even just probably a tad earlier. So I'm going to show the automation lane of that guitar send, the delay, and right at the end here I'm just going to bring it up. Really want it to go longer, so let's delete this automation, and instead of that, let's bring in a delay, simple delay. And we're going to automate the dry wet on this one and bring the dry wet up around here. About here maybe. A lot more feedback. Bit too much feedback. We're getting close though. Let's link these together. Little bit longer, bit shorter. It's almost anticlimactic. I'm not sure that I like it, but I'll leave it in for now. I think that'll do for this video. So I think my next step is to revisit the whole mix as a whole, which I'll do a bit of broad stroke stuff and try and get it a bit closer to what the reference tracks sound like. And I'll just ask for feedback, and I'll leave it there. I've saved. I'll see you in the next video.